Hello everybody and welcome to my latest video where I will be starting to play Firewatch, which is a relatively new game that was released this week on PlayStation 4 and PC. And I'm going to be playing it on PS4. And let's hopefully see how the game goes. Obviously, here we are at the main menu. The usual press X to start. I'm going to jump straight into the game. I'm not going to look around too much. New game. And let's begin. Okay, so I know a little bit about this game. I haven't followed it a great deal. But it's supposed to be quite a good story game for a couple of hours, because it's quite a short game. And I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about. For the intro credits at the moment. And we're going to set the backstory a little bit, I believe, in this intro section, which appears as a bit like a text. So you see Julia, and obviously you will select this to continue to the next part of the tutorial. Well, I wouldn't say it's a tutorial, but the story. Anytime you see a thing in red, click it. And it tells you about Julia, who you meet and are trying to hit on in a bar. And obviously your first attempts to wow her don't go too well. So I like the way the game starts out, in that it sets the backstory whilst it introduces you to the beginning of the game. It sort of keeps cutting backwards and forwards between the sort of 3D world which you get to explore and that text-based story setting. So we get to find out what is going on with this character very early in the game and why he's doing what he's doing. Which is basically packing up his stuff and going to spend the summer keeping an eye out for fires in a national park. And again, we get more of the backstory on the main character and his relationship with Julia. Now she wants to get a dog, apparently. And again, you get a couple of options here. Sometimes in that, so you get to choose, which will affect things slightly. I don't know how much these decisions affect the way the game plays out. Okay, and we get to obviously make a fair few choices in this game. And obviously Julia's making plans for the future, or trying to make plans for the future, but you don't seem to be in a particular hurry. At least I don't seem to be in a particular hurry to do that. And we get engaged. And we get married. And here we are, back in the wilderness. And my backpack's gone. Where did I lose that, I wonder? Okay, let's go and have a look at the notice board. So there's a nice map of the area. Okay, warning about bears. And no fireworks. Because obviously we don't want to burn the place down. We're here to watch for fires, not start them. Okay, so Julia gets a little bit drunk on a night out with her friends. And we have our first real fallout, I suppose. Julia draws. So again, we discover little bits about the relationship between our character and his wife. And we'll walk through the world, which has a nice sort of art style to it. I quite like it. It's not super photorealistic. It's got a little bit of a cartoony edge to it. Nice sunset. We enjoy walking the dog at night. Someone tries to mug me with a knife. So again, I have to make a bit of a decision here on how you confront the attacker. Now, I'm not going to beat him's goddamn face in, because that's rather violent. And two wrongs don't make a right, so I think I just try to scare him away. Of course, that changes our approach going forward, as we never take that pathway again. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julie gets offered a job, which is thousands of miles away. Now, I'm not going to stop her from doing the job, but she's going to need to commute. So off she goes. And it seems like Julia's having some issues in her new job. So it looks like she's having some health issues, so we go and talk to someone about it. And after seeing several doctors, we unfortunately discover that she has the early onset of dementia. Very debilitating and destroying disease. Back in the wilderness at the camp, we're looking through a journal, which I assume is Julia's, based on the content of the pictures. We start to see that the relationship between our character and his wife is being impacted now by an outside force here. And Julia's condition worsens to the point where she's sent home from her job permanently. So obviously the condition's quite aggressively affecting her, and it's worsening very rapidly. Now, again, you get to make a decision here, and I don't know. I'm not the sort of person who would necessarily stick a loved one into a care facility at the first sign of a problem. I mean, I try and look after them for as long as I can, really. I mean, sticking someone in a care home's almost like giving up, you know, and you've got to fight these things. What's that? What's that noise? Something out here with me? Gonna get eaten by bears. So it looks like, unfortunately, due to Julia's condition, our character's having a hard time coping and starts to develop a bit of a dependency on alcohol to help him through the situation, which is never going to be a good thing or a good sign. That can only lead to bad things. And of course you get done for being drink driving. So, unfortunately, after being arrested for being DUI, Julia's parents decide to take her to Australia with them to look after her. So you are left basically all on your own. Your wife's gone. So you decide to take up this position as a volunteer Firewatch person for a couple of months over the summer period. Well, you try to sort things out, I suppose, and come to terms with things in your head. And that looks like our lookout tower, which will be our home for the foreseeable future. What a big world to look at. And there looks to be another Firewatch tower over there, which you imagine this place is quite large. It's going to need more than one person to keep an eye out on it for any hazards that may affect the local ecosystem. And this is home. So, in we go. Turn on the power, so interact with the switch to turn on the power to the tower.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
And straight away, someone's trying to speak to us on a radio.
Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Okay. So it's a walkie-talkie.
Hello, Two Forks, come back. Pick up your radio.
Hello?
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
Wow. Nosy cow.
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sleeping
Sure,
forever is a
buddy.
good idea.
Okay,
I
go
like
ahead.
sleeping. Okay, so the basics of the radio is you get to choose from various different responses, or you can let the timer run out and remain
You're
silent.
just gonna wait me out on this? Ugh, fine. But I'm gonna take a second here and have a guess about you.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you. But maybe you just really like trees. Maybe it's... Gosh, maybe it's a borderline fetish. A tree fetish.
Good night.
Yes, good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
Okay, so it seems like we're going to end up having a bit of a... I don't know. Companion through this adventure? By way of the walkie-talkie? I think we'll be speaking to that lady quite a lot. So we're getting ready for day one in our new volunteer job.
Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
She's spying on me? She can see me from where? What time is it?
Hey, sorry. Guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, 14 hours of sleep?
Ooh.
Yeah, Jesus. I guess it's 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
No,
Don't
the
worry
clock
about
says
it. That
25
hike
past
puts everyone
4
out
on
of
the wall
commission
there.
for a day or two. But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job. There's a thing in the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Let's have a look. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
This is the Osborne Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Osborne?
You use this to spot, you guessed it, What the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
What
Good
the
God,
heck
language,
is wrong
lady.
with her?
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
West window. Okay, how do I know which is west?
Are those fucking fireworks?
Let's use the compass. That's probably a good idea.
I need you to confirm. Do you see them?
Fireworks. We're not allowed fireworks. They're banned. But sure enough, there are fireworks.
Seriously, are you seeing this?
Whoa, that's not legal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is. Look, the closest ranger is like 2 days away. Go down there and set him straight.
Okay. So what? Do I write them a ticket?
Do I write him a ticket?
Easy there, Dirty Harry.
Well,
Get going. You'll probably need a rope to get down the shale between you and the lake, if I remember right. There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
Wow, very secure. I didn't get the option to just do that as well. Right, so we've actually got our first, I suppose, mission or objective to go and find out who's setting off the fireworks. And I guess that's pretty much where I can leave this first video before we go off and do our first day's adventure. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who has tuned in and watched this video, and I will be doing more. I will be playing through this game, so be on the lookout for videos as they appear on the channel. And for now, I will be saying goodbye, and remember to leave any comments in the section below, and obviously if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you like my videos as a whole, subscribe to my channel to receive notifications of when I post new videos.